good whatever time of day it is you happen to be listening. This is the P&A Podcast Express Thursday edition coming live. Well, we're recording it live. It's live on Facebook. It's Wednesday. Here from the Palm Street Studios. He's Adam Filkins. I'm Phil Nickel. How's everybody doing out there in listener land? Okay, yeah. I hope.
Oh, I think so.
We had special guest in studio, Glenn McNary, yesterday on the Wednesday edition of the podcast. That was quite a treat, and he brought some treats.
He brought a Harrison Ford book for you and loose candies and broken candy canes.
Yes, he broke them up for me because he knew that's exactly what I needed.
Yeah, good on you, Glenn. Good on you.
Like he knew exactly what was needed to happen or what was going to happen.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
What do we want to do this episode?
No.
You don't know?
I've got a couple ideas.
You got some ideas?
I do. Ideas.
Nice.
So you brought some news stories.
I did bring some news stories.
In the past, we have talked about cicadas.
Oh, cicadas.
And so I wanted to talk more about cicadas.
You would.
And this is about their amazingly loud sound. And how do they make it? So do you know how they make it?
Are they rubbing something together?
I believe they are. I actually don't know.
I don't know either.
So we're going to learn this together.
We're going to learn how cicadas make their sounds together.
So, of course, they're not going to reveal it early in this article.
No, you're going to have to scroll and scroll and scroll.
So, different types have different ways of making sound. So, the most common one that we hear is the one that goes up and down like bzzz, then it kind of tails back off, and that is the Cassini.
Wait, hold on. I got to mute. Sorry, there we go. Go ahead.
That is the Cassini, and that one's the one that goes up and back down, and they do that. They jump to a new branch, and apparently they have to jump before they do it. And that's why it kind of sounds like it comes in waves, because different ones will jump at different times.
Oh, really? So that's why it's like a big wave.
Yep. So what they're basically saying here is they don't really know how they make the sound. They know that it comes from a white membrane on the male's midsection that is made to vibrate, but they've not been able to recreate the sound at all with them in a lab.
Really?
So it's basically the same physics as any instrument. This little tiny white patch on the abdomen will vibrate at a very fast rate and make that sound. And they can only do it after they jump for so long, and then they'll jump to another limb and do it again. And that's why it's kind of you hear those rhythmic waves, because it's thousands of them doing it at once.
Thousands.
And that's just kind of crazy.
So they work in concert with each other.
Yes.
Huh.
Yes, they put on a concert. So
they put on a concert.
Kind of interesting.
So I had something happen. We went to, yesterday was really hot. Shocker. So we decided to go out to eat. We decided to go to Kingston. And anyway, we stopped at an establishment and had a drink. Met this man named Chip there. And he's a joke teller. And he told a couple jokes that I want to share with everybody that my grandpa Nickel, used to tell.
Oh, nice.
And I just think they're classics. So, all right, let me get in the right frame of mind here. All right. So one day there's a young man walking down the street dragging a piece of chicken wire. There's an old man working in his yard. He says, Hey son, what are you doing? Where are you going with this chicken wire? And he tells the old man, he's like, I'm going to go down the hill and I'm going to catch some chickens. The old man's like, well, it's a hot day. It's not really how it works, but you're young. You've got all this energy and knock yourself out, See you on the flip side. So later in the afternoon, old man's sitting on his porch and he's relaxing in his rocking chair. And here comes the young man up the hill with his chicken wire dragging behind him. And he's got 4 chickens wrapped in it. And the old man says, well, I'll be, and just watch the boy go by. A boy waves to him on the way by. A couple days later, the young boy comes strolling back down and he's got a roll of duct tape in his hand. And the old man says, hey, son, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, well, I'm got some duct tape. I'm going to go catch some ducks. The old man says, son, that's not how it works. But you go knock yourself out. You got all this energy. Need to get rid of it, Suit yourself. So later in the afternoon, the old man's sitting on his porch, relaxing in his rocking chair again. And the young man walks by and he's got 7 ducks all wrapped up in this tape. And the old man says, well, I'll be, who would have thunk it? Well, anyway, a couple days later, young man comes strolling by the house again. The old man's in his yard and he looks behind the kid and lo and behold, he's dragging some pussy willows. And the old man says, hold on, son, let me go grab my hat. I'm coming with you.
That was solid.
That's one of my grandpa's jokes right there. Yeah.
So one that my grandpa used to tell, this blind guy goes into a hardware store and he's got a seeing eye dog and he walks in and kind of walks around the store for a minute and guy says, take your time, look around, whatever you need to do. And so he goes right to the middle of the store and he grabs this dog by the tail and he just lifts it up. And he starts whipping it around like this. And the sales clerk comes up and he's like, sir, are you all right? Is everything okay? He's like, yeah, I'm just looking around.
That's a classic. Yeah, I'm just looking around. Spinning the dog. There you go. All right, so the next one. This is a classic, and this is a Little Johnny joke. And the Little Johnny jokes used to always play really well with my grandfather.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loves the Little Johnny jokes. So anyway, Little Johnny's on the farm, and he's having a terrible day. Just a no good, terrible day. Johnny's pissed. He's walking around the farm, and anyway, he walks by the old cow, and he just hauls off and gives her a big old kick. Johnny's mom's watching through the window. Kitchen window and sees him kick the old cow. Johnny's mom yells out the window, hey, Johnny, saw you kick that cow. You can't be doing that. We got to be nice to the livestock. For that, you don't get any milk for a week. And Johnny says, I don't give a crap about milk. Who cares? Goes on with his day just pissed off. Little Johnny's still having a bad day. Well, later in the morning, he's walking by and chicken sitting there, and Johnny just boots the old chicken. Mom sees again out the window, yells at old Little Johnny and says, Johnny, I told you about taking care of the livestock. You're not going to have eggs for a week and a half now. Johnny, that's your punishment. You can't be kicking chickens. You can't be kicking cows. Going to have to learn to live with the repercussions. Johnny's just pissed at this point. Just pissed. But he says, I don't give a shit about eggs or milk. I'm pissed off. Old Johnny's walking around the farm, and there's the old solid old pig. He just gives the old pig a boot. His mom, of course, sees out the window. She's sweeping the front porch and says, Johnny, I saw you kick that pig. I told you 3 times already today, no bacon for 2 weeks. What a sad state of affairs for little Johnny. You're going to have to learn. There's repercussions for your actions. And Johnny says, I don't give a shit. So anyway, later in the day, Johnny goes in the house and washes up for dinner. Lo and behold, Johnny's dad walks in the house. Johnny's dad is having a terrible day too, and he's just pissed right off, fit to be tied. Johnny's dad walks in the house, kicks the cat. And Johnny looks at his mom and says, do you want me to tell him or are you going to?
Oh man.
You don't need listeners like that.
Right. I just my grandpa. You want me to tell him, or are you going to?
Oh boy. Oh, little Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
Little Johnny. Some of those jokes are pretty damn good.
They're solid.
That one's up there. That one's up there.
Right. Oh, little Johnny with his no good day.
Oh, he has a lot of bad days.
He really does. He really does.
Shit.
Little Johnny's a little shit. So anyway, yeah, I thought those are pretty good that he shared those, and I instantly thought back to my grandpa Nickel, because he used to tell those jokes all the time. He'd just go on and on. You ever hear about the bad day little Johnny was having? And I'm like, no, Grandpa, tell me.
First comment was, so no Chinese food for a week?
Exactly. And then, of course, I was so young that I didn't understand. So I just like, that's funny, Grandpa. I was probably like 12. That's what grandpas do.
So in some other news, some runaway horses terrorized London.
Really?
Just galloping through London randomly. So, yeah, 5 of them. They were military horses, not very disciplined.
I guess not.
And, other interesting animal news. A guy has a emotional support alligator. Can't wait for that to bite his face off.
Oh, that's good. And that's going to end really well.
There's a picture of him hugging it. And I would only do that after it was well fed.
Right.
I mean, seriously, what is it with people with so I've heard a tale of a certain person that has a emotional support. Well, not an emotional support. It is just a dog that they take to work with them. It's not trained, so it will jump on people and stuff like that. And it's just kind of a puppy. It's under a year old, and they take it to work with them, and it's just not trained and not a great dog to have at work.
Right.
What the hell?
Exactly.
I mean, seriously, I mean, we let Glenn McNary into the podcast. It's the closest thing to a wild animal we've had. No, we did have a raccoon I can't talk.
Glenn McNary's clearly not trained.
Disregard everything I said.
Just get rid of it all.
Well, you fed the raccoons on the podcast, so
I did.
Yeah. Yep. So I guess we have no room to talk.
No room.
Except this isn't exactly our workplace.
It isn't.
And it was in my garage.
So I got something else here I want to talk about.
Go for it.
Since we just ate a bunch of chicken nuggets. 10 totally random facts about McDonald's chicken McNuggets. Do you want to hear random facts about McDonald's chicken McNuggets?
Yeah.
They were supposed to be onion nuggets originally. Did you know that?
I did not.
According to McNugget lore, the fast food chain wasn't even working with chicken when one of the most famous menu items was created in the 1970s. McDonald's says the team was working on creating onion nuggets when a passing conversation in 1979 led to the suggestion of instead trying chicken.
I mean, doesn't that seem a lot more logical than... But, I mean, was there chicken nuggets prior to McNuggets? I mean, I don't remember.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, that was right around your birth.
Yeah,
time.
I was
a young lad.
I was just coming into existence. So if anybody that's older out there knows, do you remember chicken nuggets in like the mid 70s? Anybody out there?
Yeah, tell us. Comment on Facebook,
like early 70s,
or whatever, any platform you're watching on, and let us know. Or was this
like groundbreaking by McDonald's to make nuggets out of chicken?
Did they invent a new food category with easily pre-digested nuggets?
There we go. It took several more years for the McNuggets debut. This is number 2 random fact. The idea to use chicken instead of onions came about in 1979. It wasn't exactly a quick turnaround from concept to actual menu item. McDonald's needed time to consult with the same team that came up with the Filet-O-Fish sandwich. Boy, those are the home run hitters right there.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect the recipe and prep the restaurants. The Chicken McNuggets finally made their debut in 1983.
Wow, nothing like rushing something to market, huh?
4 years. 4
You know,
years.
Here's a novel idea. Let's just chop up chicken, put it with some binders, form it into a shape like a boot and a circle, a poorly shaped circle, and then let's bread them and fry them.
So it's funny you mention that because we can skip ahead. Actually, it's the next one. McNuggets come in 4 different shapes. This is fact number 3. If you ever thought, hey, my McNugget looks like a boot, you're not wrong. McDonald's openly admits there are 4 distinct shapes to their McNuggets. The next time you open a box, look for a boot, a bow tie or bone, a bell, or a ball. A ball of nugget.
Oh, well, we've seen Lindley eat that.
Yeah, he balled all his up.
So here's an interesting factoid that was just thrown out to us. They get approximately 240 nuggets out of a single chicken.
Really?
Yeah.
240 nuggets out of a single chicken.
Yep. So if you break that down, what's a 20 piece cost now?
I would say $6.99 maybe.
Oh, I think they're more than that.
Really? $8.99?
Yeah, I think it's in that range. Oh, Google, you're listening to us. I had to type in 20 PIE and it came right up with 20 piece chicken McNugget price.
Like, bitches, you're listening.
Oh, a 20 pack of chicken nuggets will set you back $14.60.
Where? That's in California.
$11.95 is their average national price for 20 piece.
I bet you Sandusky's peddling them for $7.99 or $8.99. That McDonald's is actually quite affordable compared to others. Like,
Yep,
if you go to Seattle and everywhere else,
Their national average, 4 piece, $4.49. So over $1 a damn nugget.
But
A 6 piece, $6.49. A 10 piece, $6.89.
the 4-piece in Sandusky's on the value menu for like $2.49.
Yeah. Well, they know we're depressed people. But yeah, a 20 piece chicken nugget is $11.99 national average. So what's a chicken cost like at the store? $7-8?
Yeah.
So for their $8 investment, some quick math here.
They mechanically separated 240 nuggets.
So that means they get 12 20 pieces.
12, 20 pieces out of a chicken.
And if they're getting a national average of $11.99 a piece, that means out of that $8 chicken, they're getting $143.88. You
got to hand it to them. That's good profit margin right there.
They're not just the hamburglar. They are the nugget burglar as well.
The nugget burglar. Well,
that's crazy.
That is crazy. I'd like to eat a whole chicken's worth of McNuggets. Actually, though, no. 40 was pushing it.
I got the 40 down, but I didn't like it.
I didn't like it. Factoid number 4 about chicken McNuggets from McDonald's. It only took a year for chicken McNuggets to go international. Menu item was added in Canada, Japan, France, and Germany in 1984. England got its first taste of the McNuggets in 1985. Poland was later added as a McNugget country in 1997. It took until 1997 for McNuggets to get to Poland.
Well, they had to explain to them what part of the chicken they came from.
The Polacks are like, is this the part that went under the fence last?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Are these front legs or back legs?
So we just had a comment that if Junior was a chicken nugget, they would only get 239 nuggets.
He's missing a ball.
Oh, boy. I think they'd stretch that ball into 2.
Beautiful. All right. Number 5 factoid about McDonald's chicken McNuggets. More sauces than you probably remember. Chicken McNuggets originally debuted with 4 sauces: honey, sweet, and sour, hot, mustard, and barbecue. Since then, McDonald's has continued to introduce new dipping options Fast food chain says there are more than 25 different sauces that have been introduced in the U.S. alone since 1983. Remember green chili salsa, habanero ranch, cranberry orange? How about a Szechuan? Speaking of that, the
They have
Szechuan sauce keeps coming back. Factoid number 6. One of the most talked about McNugget sauces in recent years has been Szechuan sauce, a mix of soy, garlic, and ginger, created a buzz online when it was brought back as an exclusive for the app in 2022. This was far from the first time Szechuan sauce made a triumphant return. In the past 24 years, McDonald's has brought back the savory, meats, sweets, sauce a total of 4 times. Rick and Morty are attributed to bringing it back once because they actually had a campaign for McDonald's to bring back the Szechuan sauce.
Well, they should have. If they're going to charge that much, I want more than the 3 damn packets they give you with a 20-piece.
Is that all they give you with a 20-piece? They give you 2 with a 6-piece.
Yeah, I know. They try and fuck you with the 20-piece.
Really, if you're thinking about economy of scale, they should at least give you 4 with a 20-piece. Right?
Oh, for sure.
4 with a 20-piece. Damn the torpedoes. Somebody calling in?
No, I got another alert and I'm muting it. It was annoying me.
All right. Number 7, factoid: the McNugget amounts have changed throughout the years. Roll up to the menu at McDonald's drive-thru today. You'll find 4, 6, 10, and 20-piece chicken McNugget options. The options were a little different in 1983 when you could get 6, 9, or 20. Remember 9
I do
pieces?
remember that.
9 pieces, I remember that. The 4 is kind of a recent thing. It's kind of like beer. Do you remember when we were younger, you could only get a 6-pack, a 12-pack, or a 2-4?
Yeah.
Now they've got like 18. They've got 15 packs. They've got 30 racks. They've got,
got to appease everybody.
So different strokes for different folks. The chain has also had a promotion where it offered a huge 50-piece meal. A 50-piece McNugget, my friend.
I do remember that.
Our buddy Riley used to buy a 20-piece, and he'd put it on the dash of his truck to keep it warm. He'd eat it for like half the night.
Well,
he'd just keep plucking nuggets from that bad boy.
A 20-piece is not much to knock down.
Not really.
I don't feel. I mean, I am a fat guy, though.
Well, to be fair, that's almost 10% of a chicken. A 20 pieces. It'd be like 8% of a chicken.
Yeah. Oh no, they get 12. Yeah, 8%. Yeah, you're right.
However, if you eat a chicken breast and a chicken
the fuck did we get ice
thigh
cream?
and a drumstick, you're eating like 40% of a chicken.
Yeah.
So really, All right.
Yeah, that's true.
Here we go. The chickens are mostly from these 4 states. When you eat a chicken McNugget, there's a good chance it's from one of only 4 states. McDonald's says it works with 3 different suppliers for its chicken McNuggets. Suppliers are located in facilities in Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Arkansas.
They must not sell a lot of them out west.
Yeah. Well, fast food as a whole really out west isn't as big, I don't think, other than some major chains. Like everybody goes to, what's the big one everybody goes to out there? In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah.
People don't really eat McDonald's.
I wonder where they make their nuggets at, because I know they have them.
I feel like McDonald's is it's worldwide, but I think it's more prevalent in the Midwest than anywhere else in the United States.
Yeah. Well, I hate to say it, you get out west, and until you get right to the East Coast, or I'm sorry, the West Coast, it's not all that populated.
No, it's true.
I mean, very sparsely populated. You drive out to Colorado sometime, you drive through Iowa and realize there's nobody in Iowa. Iowa's a barren wasteland.
There's more cattle in Iowa than people by far.
Yeah.
All right. Factoid number 9. When the McNugget got hot, spicy chicken McNuggets were introduced in 2020 that featured breading made of cayenne pepper flake tempura. It was the first McNugget flavor change since the menu item was first introduced in 1983, and they were fucking delicious.
They were.
God damn it. As part of the Spicy McNuggets debut, McDonald's announced it would offer a spice assurance. For one day only, restaurants offered a second 6-piece nugget for free, a regular one, in case you couldn't take the heat.
So they also offered their spicy McChicken, which so good.
Dude, I went through McDonald's did I tell this on air? Yeah. When I only got 3 McNuggets and I asked for a spicy McChicken and they gave me a regular one. I told that story on the air in the podcast.
That is a huge disappointment. So, little life hack here. McChicken with cheese, skip the lettuce. You won't be sorry.
Okay. My hack, the cheese is good, but I skip the lettuce and add pickles.
I have added pickles. I've skipped the mayo and added mac sauce before.
Oh, that'd be excellent.
It is good. Mac sauce on a double cheeseburger on a McDouble or something.
So here's the thing.
Phenomenal.
Here's the thing. If you go through, and this is a menu hack, and this works, it'll even work here in our local one. If you go through and order a double cheeseburger and say you want a Big Mac style, they don't upcharge you for it.
Really?
They take all of the things off and they put all the toppings they do on a Big Mac on there.
Huh. See, I don't like the shredded lettuce on.
No, here's the next thing. So just say Big Mac style minus the shredded lettuce, and they do it for me every time.
So,
and it's the same price as a double cheeseburger.
What I don't like about the lettuce is it just gets everywhere.
Right.
You know, less of it stays on the burger than you eat. And I don't mind leafy lettuce on there, but yeah, don't put shredded lettuce on there.
So go through and order a double cheeseburger and say you want a Big Mac style minus shredded lettuce, and it's beautiful. Give it a try, folks. Anyway.
So to answer the question we just got, why is your table so small?
Mine?
I did have more stuff up on mine, but I've streamlined. And I think by next week, we'll have this part worked out.
So your table's so small?
No, yours. Why is your table so small?
Because I'm the second banana.
Well, and you do way less. Not like weight-wise, but like effort-wise.
Yes, yeah. Effort-wise, I do substantially less.
Except for putting together my chair. I got a new chair for anybody who cares.
He did, and you actually fit in this one.
Yeah, I can feel my legs. I'll tell you what, though. If I wanted to blow the budget on a chair I'm going to sit in for like 3 hours a week, there were some badass chairs down there. There was a Lazy Boy one for like $3.99 that you sat in, and it was like, oh.
Is it throne like? Could we make it like a big presentation?
Oh, it's a very high back. I mean, if I lean back in it, my head could rest on the headrest easily.
Oh, we must have this chair.
So there's several down there like that were very comfortable. That was just the most expensive one. Now, Office Max had way more expensive chairs.
Really?
Yeah, but not any more comfortable than that Lazy Boy.
So Staples has it down as far as the comfort, but the price point's substantially lower than Office Max.
Yes.
Big ups. Yeah.
The ones at Office Max looked a little fancier on the stitching and stuff, but not on the quality. I do have to say that Staples, and my chair that I have in my office at home is like a race car chair. You know, it's a gaming chair, and it's freaking awesome. It was like $130 at Staples.
Well, there you go.
And it's super comfortable. I could sit in that for, a full day of work and 8 hours in that thing and not bother me at all.
When I need a new chair.
You do.
Finally, the final factoid about McDonald's Chicken McNuggets. It wasn't always white meat.
Oh.
When you bite into a Chicken McNugget today, you're only going to see white meat. That wasn't always the case. McDonald's didn't make the switch to strictly using white chicken meat. I love how they had to put white chicken meat until 2003 when the recipe was tweaked. And there you go. 10 factoids about McDonald's Chicken McNuggets.
Does it say anything on there? I had heard a rumor at one point that they just, they basically chop up the whole chicken, meal it all up. They bread it, shape it, bread it. And then, but before all that, during that process, they would actually just bleach the meat so that it all had the appearance of being lighter. And then they mix it all up like that.
It didn't say that in my facts, but that's gross.
Yeah, that is pretty gross. I hope I kind of hope it is true, but.
So there we go. talked about McDonald's chicken McNuggets. I saw that and I thought that was podcast worthy.
Those are good facts.
Because I know we love McDonald's chicken McNuggets.
Oh, who doesn't? I mean, although I don't think I've eaten them since the eating contest, because watching Matt squeeze them into a ball
Oh, God.
and then consume them did not sit well with me, people.
Don't you
Holy
wish we
cow.
would have gone Facebook Live and had video then?
Oh, dear Lord. It would have been great to be able to do Facebook Live at the, and this is the only bad part about doing it someplace like Buffalo Wild Wings, a big chain, because they specifically told us it was against company policy. We could do the live audio broadcast, but we could not do the live video broadcast. So we couldn't bring you Phil, the look on his face when he ate the super hot wings, and then was like, no more.
No mas.
So, but I'll tell you what, highly recommend. And if I see it in a store, I've even thought about going back down next time I buy a Buffalo Wild Wings, going and getting a bottle of it if they have it. That the Buffalo Ranch was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Loved it. It was just great.
Yeah, man, that's the good stuff.
For sure.
Ooh.
It was a little kick to it, and you could taste the ranch in it still. It was good.
Fucking A right, doggy.
The one thing I missed, though, is I'd mentioned to the waitress blue cheese. To the first waitress I had, she brought me one cup, and I never got any more the whole night.
Oh, you needed to ask Aaron. So you're like, I want some blue cheese.
Yeah, she was great. And the first girl was good too. That waited on me. No complaints about the wait staff. I mean, we threw a lot at them.
We did.
And really, for the time in between of, I shudder to think of what you guys could have eaten if you'd have just ate straight through. But when you have that 5 minutes in between trays coming out, that everything settles.
So it's settled, and not only that, and credit to them. I mean, when reorders came out of the kitchen, they were hot.
Oh, they were.
I mean, temperature wise, they were like burn your mouth. Like you could not eat them quickly.
No.
I could not anyway.
No,
I didn't want to burn my delicate mouth.
No, I didn't want to see you do that.
And then I'd have a hard time talking.
Well, you weren't really talking that night anyways. Jeff and I handled it wonderfully.
Not really. And I listened to a little bit of it, and it was hard to hear us. I don't think you could hardly hear us at all.
I didn't. There were times when I turned it up when you guys were saying appropriate things to put out there that were about the contest or anything. When you guys were just having general conversation, I kind of turned it down because it was a lot of noise to have them up all the time. So when we were just commentating, we kind of brought them down. And when you guys would start talking actual, like in between trays, I turned it up more. So, that you can hear you guys talking, but it also helped when the second mic on the other side, you turn that in towards you because it didn't pick up as much noise.
Right.
But it picked you guys up more. So there's a few things I'd do different if I was to do it again tomorrow. I'm not doing it again tomorrow.
Oh, come on, man.
Dude, I went to the Chinese buffet, the Mongolian buffet in Saginaw today.
Oh,
I don't ever need to eat again. That is the one place that I've seen when you go into an all-you-can-eat place that they ask somebody to please slow down or stop.
Really?
Yes. They were in my party.
So it was one of your boys. I don't think it was Mary.
No, it wasn't one of my boys. Well, I mean, one of my friends, but
Really?
this was several years ago.
It was Haas, wasn't it?
It was.
Ah!
He had like 14 plates stacked up. And that place comes and like they watch for you. So if I set my plate off at the edge of the table, I mean, they are right there to pick it up. Your stuff does not stack up at all. He was out eating the rest of us, but he was also grabbing 2 or 3 plates at a time. And the one lady said to him, "Oh, you have a lot of plates." He's like, "Need to get bigger plates."
You got any pizza?
Got any garbage can lids?
Garbage can lids. You got any pizza pans in the back?
So yeah, they did come to him and ask him if he intended to, how long he intended to stay and eat. And then when he told them he did not know, they asked him to please consider slowing down and being reasonable. I have no idea how many plates he actually ate because, like I said, they pick him up pretty quick. But yeah, he did a bang up job.
That's awesome.
So I did not do that today, but I did way overeat ice stuff myself. But
There was no concern on their faces today when you were.
I was very sensible today. For breakfast, I had an ice cream cone, and then at about 2:15 in the afternoon, I had that for lunch. So
I had an ice cream cone.
it was great.
I had ice cream today too. Well, not ice cream, but dairy product from DQ. So, because they can't officially call what they serve ice cream.
Soft serve.
Yeah.
So
it was good.
The Scott's Quick Stop has such great ice cream cones.
We just had one the other night from there.
Oh, Mary got me a blueberry waffle cone in a waffle cone.
Nice.
So good. So good. Highly recommend. Highly recommend.
Blueberry waffle cone and a waffle cone.
She chooses way better than I do. Like, seriously, if I'm like, hey, I want this. And then she'll come out with something. I'll be like, fuck, I really want that. That's what I really want.
She'll order what you actually really wanted.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, grab me like strawberry cheesecake. And then she'll come out with something and be like, oh, this is really good. And oh, that is really good. And then next time, hey, give me butter pecan. And she'll come out with something else. And it's like, fuck, that sounds really good. And then I try it and it is really good. So now I'm just like, dealer's choice.
Yeah.
You do what you do.
Whatever you think I would enjoy.
Yeah, you do what you do and make it happen.
I trust your instincts on this.
Yes, yes. So, I do feel the need to explain something as I look at the video feed here. You see that Phil's mic goes down and up for the microphone, and mine goes up and then down. And that is so that I can actually see the computer screen, read people's messages. Read people's messages and, control this shit show.
I've got the board over here and I'm not doing well.
You're doing okay.
Like Glenn McNary talked for like 2.5 minutes last episode before I actually turned on his microphone.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't say anything though.
But I was also so shocked the fact that he was here. Like Glenn McNary in the flesh. I had no idea. He even knew. I know that he knows the crawl space in my house, but
yeah, I didn't know how well he would navigate getting in here if he ever tried to, but apparently now we know.
Glenn McNary knows where the studio is now. So
yeah, that was a little scary. And the candy and the Fruity Pebbles still sit there.
I'm still a little shook.
Well, you should be.
Yeah.
Might be time to move.
Burn it down. Burn this fucker down.
Oh, boy.
No, wait, we don't. Glenn McNary resides in the crawl space.
Yes. And I mean, I don't live here, so I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
We'd have to find a new studio. They're a dime a dozen.
Oh, especially here in Deckerville.
Nobody ever tells you the secret to having a studio is it's just a room with shit in it.
Yeah. I mean, our studio's pretty shitty here. But we're putting decorations up.
Why is my table so small?
The Bigfoot sign, the posted sign, the beer sign over there, the lighted sign. We got signatures up above us, if anybody can tell. A bunch of signatures now. We've got to get caught up, though, because we've had over 160 podcast guests.
Glenn McNary left us a cloud with a penis.
Yes. Crooked. It looks uncertain.
He says, I couldn't see.
Yeah, his eyesight's bad. Good thing he feels the weather in his bones.
He sure as hell ain't going to see it.
No. Jeez, oh, Pete, he looked like Cousin It.
He really did. That's purely the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Oh, Glenn McNary.
So. Glenn McNary.
So what's next? What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. It's fucking hot.
I concur.
I really need to itch the inside of my leg as my balls drip sweat down it. But I'm not going to do that because we're on camera and I don't want to.
You got a ball sweat track going?
I'm just going to take it. Just
take the ball sweat track?
Sucking it up. Sucking it up for you people.
You're going to sit there and just think about it. You're going to be like,
yep.
And you can feel it as the beat of sweat.
They're going to see me over here. I'm going to be all like
squirming.
Trying to like stomp it down.
Like you got ants in your pants?
Yeah. I don't. I really don't have any trailing ball sweat at the moment, but it's entirely possible.
It wouldn't shock me in this environment.
No.
It really is not.
I'm actually shocked that I don't have.
This is the weather that Swamp Ass was invented in.
Yes. And we're running. I mean, it is definitely cooler in here than it is outside.
And it's still fucking hot in here.
Oh, rain is coming, it says.
Yeah, I don't know. I might toss that motherfucking air conditioner out the window.
I don't know that it's doing us any good now.
Has it given up? Has it given up the ghost?
It is officially hotter in here right now. If the thermostat on that thing is right, it's hotter in here than it is outside right now.
Well, I tried.
Tomorrow's only supposed to be 79.
No way.
That's what they're saying.
What my weather bug says?
Oh, right now it is exactly the same temperature. Feels like 88. It is 82 degrees. That is what it is here in the studio. And Phil's got a fan blowing right on him, and me, he turned on like 2 hair dryers on the floor.
Feel pretty good. Yeah, I feel fine. I don't know what the fuck your problem is.
Yeah, your ball sweat's drying right up.
See, I've got tomorrow. It's supposed to be 84 here in Deckerville, though. That's Deckerville. That's the 14th worst small town to live in Michigan.
So my weather bug is saying 81 for Sandusky, but the NWS, the National Weather Service, sent me something saying 79 for a high in Sandusky tomorrow.
79, I'd take that. Shit.
Hell yeah. 11 degrees cooler than today. Which I actually, in the car, I actually picked up 94, I think, at one point.
Mine said 99.
Ugh. Gross. I was moving, though. You know, I was driving down 46. If you were like in town going slower, I bet you would have hit 99.
That I was in town going slower.
Especially in Sandusky, where the all of the construction is just a shit show.
And it's the urban heat since it's such a big city.
Yes.
All the pavement, it just absorbs all the sun all day.
The solar panels that people are talking about putting in causing 20,000 degrees underneath them. Because that's what they say.
What? Wait, what?
You've never heard that?
No.
So there was a discussion on a forum.
Wait, what?
There was a discussion on a forum online because that's where all the great resources come from. And people were complaining that you had to vote down anything in your area to do with solar panels because underneath them, the ground gets near 20,000 degrees and it sterilizes the ground. Nothing can be grown underneath the solar panel if they remove it for another 25 years.
What?
It's not true. Just if anybody's Googling that, it's not true because 25,000 degrees,
20,000
quick calculation, carry the one, that would just start on fire.
Right.
So yeah, that's not what it is.
That's not even possible.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Nope. So, you know, yeah, that's a thing.
20,000 degrees?
That's what people think.
Oh my God.
So if you're one of these people that believe that, I would like to
So that's
tell you
twice what the core of the sun is. The core of the sun is 10,000 degrees.
Yeah. That was my comment is, so it's hotter than the surface of the sun.
Right. That makes no sense.
Nope. So yeah, good stuff.
What does everybody have against clean energy?
I don't know why people are so afraid of some of this stuff. Now, I'll be the first to admit, I think the big windmills that they put up,
They suck.
they're terrible. They're a horrible design. They don't do anything. They cost more to operate than they actually produce. And
when they're
horrible.
operating,
If they were to put up the up and down ones that spin around instead of spinning like a fan, they spin
right.
A vertical solar panel, or I'm sorry, a vertical wind turbine. Way better, much better design. They can go up to 150 mile per hour winds. They don't have to disengage every time the wind blows over like 30 miles an hour.
So that's what it is a lot of times they'll lock them up, right? If the wind's going too heavy.
Yeah. Which doesn't that seem counterproductive?
They're also limited mechanically to a certain speed, right? Because if you see them, they only go a certain speed.
Yes.
You would think more RPMs would equal more energy. It does actually.
And the amount of my brother was actually in charge of here in Deckerville. He was in charge of tying in these wind turbines to the grid for DTE. And in talking to some of the people that do the maintenance on these, we're not talking, we're talking every like 2 months. They're on a constant rotation to these things in this area. So this project has like 3 teams that all they do is go around and change out the grease on these things.
Really?
And we're not talking a little bit of grease. We're talking out there changing a couple of 55-gallon drums of grease per wind turbine. And they do this all year round. It's just a big cycle.
So it's like oil in your car. Obviously, heat and friction break down that lubricant.
Well, and you put up $1 million wind turbine or whatever those things cost. It might be more than that.
I think
you're not going to take a chance on a little bit of grease. But what a bunch of waste.
Right. What a bunch of weirdos.
I don't know if you can turn that into biodiesel or not. My guess is no. But if somebody knows, let us know.
I think dams are a better way to go.
Dams are awesome.
Yeah.
Dams are awesome. Now, I've been looking at what it would take to put my house off grid, and we don't have a tremendous amount of power needs, and our boys are getting older. So, our oldest is going to be moving out permanently soon. And, our power needs are not great. So I've thought about just going over completely solar, and it's getting cheap enough to where it's not tens of thousands of dollars to do it for our place.
Right.
And I mean, here you could do it easy.
Yeah.
Oh, really easy.
Let's do it.
It would cost you next to nothing, being that you're primarily the only one here.
Yeah.
You wouldn't deplete that very fast.
Nice.
So, I'll have to share with you some of the things that I have found, but we'll have to discuss that.
I'll go solar. That way I'm a hippie and a bleeding heart liberal. And
Exactly. Yes.
Why do you hate big energy?
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of paying my fucking money.
Dude, we get killed by DTE.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I think
Horrible.
everybody does. Anymore, everybody does.
I don't even want to know, running a couple AC units, what my bill is going to be this next month.
I bet you it's going to be up 20%, maybe 25%.
Probably at least.
Mine too, even though this thing doesn't appear to be doing anything right now.
Yeah, it sounds like it's arcing and doing a lot of energy. Bad.
It's a sound. It's a noise machine right now.
Yep. It's just a big Tesla coil.
God, it was cooling in here, but all of a sudden maybe it did freeze up. I don't know.
It's very possible with how humid it is out.
It was doing a good job earlier.
Yeah. I did notice some of your cooling fins on the back were crushed when I pulled up.
Yeah, you'll have that.
Yeah. It's happened to some of mine too.
They get tossed around
But I believe I'm going to go to mini splits.
Nice. But alas, next week I'll have a new unit up here.
Nice.
And
Yeah, it's not going to cool off a whole lot next week.
No, it's still going to be fucking balls hot.
Yeah, there's still going to be a tremendous amount of sweating.
So can't wait for this weekend. How many mass shootings are there going to be around Michigan because of this heat this weekend? Because when things get hot, people fucking done lose their minds. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh, God, yeah.
There's a direct correlation.
Yes.
People being angry and fucking going out and shooting other people
Yes.
because of the goddamn temperature. Like, calm your tits down. Find a pool.
You would think so, but they don't.
No, they do not.
I'm looking something up here.
He's looking something up here.
That one's too long.
Ah!
That
That's
one's
funny.
Too long.
That one's too long.
Amen, Alec Baldwin. Amen. Air those things out. That's what I say. How about you?
Right?
They are. It's miserable. Let's face it. Let's face it. It's just awful.
It is just awful. We're just awful.
Speaking of awful, we should probably wrap this episode up.
Why is my table so small?
Well, you don't do a whole lot.
I guess.
You actually have more stuff on your table right now than I do.
I know, right? Like,
Well, we decided to give you something to do with the, with the mixer, with the board. But you've been fucking that up left and right. So,
right? I cannot be trusted. This is why. This is why we can't have nice things.
exactly. So, but when we get these new tables that I've got, we can put holes in them to run wires, whatever we want to do.
Will our tables be equal then?
Yes, we will have equal tables.
Oh my.
And yeah,
I don't know how to act in a world like that.
I don't either. We might have to put one of these back here or behind us so that we have we can have good conversation pieces.
I like
on
it.
Like we'll display some stuff.
I think so. Like Teletubbies and things like that.
Yes. But not the pink one. Fuck that pink one. I don't even know what his name was.
Tinky Winky.
Was it? Or was it Poe?
It's probably Poe. I don't know. What are the Teletubbies' names? We should look this up really quick.
This is stuff we need to know.
Right. Right?
Are you looking it up or am I?
Yeah.
Oh, damn you, Google.
Damn you, Google!
So the sun is called Sun Baby.
Sun Baby. Yep.
Yep. There's Tinky Winky. Dipsy was the greenish one.
What color was Tinky Winky?
Blue.
Tinky Winky's blue, all right.
Poe is the pink one. And Lala is the yellow one.
La la. Tinky Winky's the leader, but often has his head in the clouds. Tinky Winky is the biggest Teletubby.
Now, you would think, let me ask you this real quick. If there had been some big controversy, because they've made it a point here to point out that basically the people that played the Teletubbies played them their entire run.
Right.
If they'd have had to replace a Teletubby with another actor that didn't speak and just made stupid gestures, would you have noticed?
No.
No, nobody would have.
Like, they actually have people with voice credits for the Teletubbies. Jesus. Dipsy.
They were quite a diverse crew. Tinky Winky was played by Simon Shelton. The sun baby was Jessica Smith. I'm guessing that's the baby that they put that face in the middle of the thing.
Yes.
Dipsy was John Simmet. Poe was Pui Fan Lee.
Awesome.
Lala was Nikki Schmedley. Tim Whitnall was the narrator. God bless them. They did good work.
Now I'm going to go watch Teletubbies.
Well, remember the episode where the pink goo was hot
Yes.
in the bowls? Yes. You had kids at that time.
I did. And watch some Teletubbies.
My kids watched it for like about 3 months, and I was like, they kind of grew out of it because it came out when they were getting kind of the age that it wasn't something they'd be interested in. And I was like, oh, thank God. And really, Anthony was already out of that phase. Andrew was younger, obviously, so he was more into it, and Anthony lost interest in it pretty quick. But yeah,
Pop some shrooms and watch Teletubbies.
oh dear Lord, we should do a Mystery Science Theater Teletubbies episode.
Sold. Tune in next time, friends.
Next time
We watch Teletubbies on mushrooms.
Meanwhile, on the Teletubbies.
I'm all for this. I love it. But for now, we should probably depart.
We should.
It's fucking hot in here.
It is.
Mm.
It is very, very hot. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Special thanks this week to Glenn McNary for coming out,
Oh, yeah.
bringing loose candy and broken candy canes, and a book for you about Harrison Ford
I'll be thumbing through that.
and his works. And it's a rather obnoxiously large coffee table book.
I dig it. It's when we have a coffee table over by the settee area, we're gonna put that on it.
Yeah, I think for sure. I don't know how we could help but do that. So,
I've seen Star Wars.
all right, take us out.
You got to
I
play
gotta
me some
play the
music.
I'm used to it being over there. We got to reload that stuff.
Reload, my friend.
Reload.
He's Adam Filkins. I'm Phil Nickel. Thank you, as always, for listening to the P&A Podcast Express. Brought to you by...
Teletubbies.
Hopefully it cools off here in the Palm Street studio someday. But for now, and the rest of the eternity, make good choices.